Good morning, friends, and welcome back to Palm Springs Stadium here for today's PSCL matchups. Game one of the day features the Haymakers and Colonials here today. I'm Steve Granado alongside Sam Walters. Glad you can join us here from Palm Springs, California. We're set for baseball as Ryan Rose steps into the batter's box to face off with Danny Gallardo. Here's the first pitch of the ball game. It's in for a called strike. We get officially underway a minute early here today. 8:59 a.m. We'll run through your starting lineups here in just a moment. Danny Gallardo, the number 42 right-hander on the hill here today. The 0-1 pitch is a little bit high, 1 ball and 1 strike. Haymakers here in the maroon tops with the gray numbers on back. Haymakers across the chest in yellow script. For the home Colonials today, it's the fire engine red tops and the white bottoms. 1-1 misses high and tight, 2 balls and 1 strike. Haymakers bats have been very loud here to begin 2021's PSCL. We'll see if that continues here on this Sunday. Ryan Rose awaits the 2-1 pitch. This one's spoiled foul, first base side, and we'll do it again here at 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Kick and deal, here it comes. Got him with a fastball upstairs, and Rose down on strikes for the first punch out of the morning. As Danny Gallardo gets his first, let's take a look at the defense now for the Colonials.
Out in left field for the Colonials is going to be Hunter Graham. In center, it's Avery Pascucci, and right is Brett Pitzer. From third to first, manning the hot corner is Austin Alvarez. Burke Steifman out at shortstop. Philip Guerrero is going to be the second baseman. First baseman Matt Anderson. Behind the plate is Sam Halling, and he's about to receive the pitch from Gallardo.
Jackson Huntley is the batter of choice. Takes one upstairs, 1 ball and no strikes. Huntley donning the number 9 is today's catcher. Anything else here in the first inning for the Haymakers? It's Spencer Weston in left, Matt Espinoza the DH, Joey Mazzetti the extra hitter. Batting 6, Sean Levin the third baseman, Chase Rossman the first baseman, Evan Kramer in center. Swing and a miss, 0-2. Sam Browning batting 9th in right field, and Jacob Dressler the shortstop. It's a 1 ball, 1 strike count here with 1 gone. And the base is empty here in the top of the first without a score. This one misses upstairs. 2-1 the count. Again, we started at 8:59. It's slated to be another warm one here today in Palm Springs. At first pitch, it is 98 degrees. 2-1. Skied on the infield. The second baseman, Guerrero, is there. He will back up a few steps and haul it in for the second out of the inning to bring up Spencer Weston.
Spencer Weston has been going good at the plate so far this season, so well that he was able to make it onto the power roster for last night's game against the Saints.
So quick turnaround for him. 7 p.m. ball game. Slide straight to a 9 a.m.er. There's a ground ball foul to begin the at-bat, 0-1. Those are always fun. That alarm goes off in the morning.
You know, it's hard enough for us, but I can't imagine waking up and preparing to play another 7 innings.
Yeah. Planes fly by as the 0-1 comes home. Ground ball towards the left side, circling around the shortstop Steifman, and that'll be a nice easy 1-2-3 frame here for Danny Gallardo. Philip Guerrero will lead it off against Mason Marquez. When we come back, no score, bottom 1 coming up here from Palm Springs Stadium. We move to the home half of the first. The Colonials will send up Philip Guerrero, Avery Pascucci, and Austin Alvarez here in the first. Anything else, it'll go Matt Anderson, Jonas Dias, and Brett Pitzer. Bottom of the order goes Alex Nguyen, Burke Steifman, Sam Holling, and Hunter Graham. Philip Guerrero steps into the box to face off with Mason Marquez, the left-hander on the hill here today for the Haymakers. 0-0 bottom one. The first pitch to Guerrero is going to skip in the dirt. Backhand attempt, 1 ball and no strikes.
It's Mason Marquez's first time on the mound this summer. Lefty working against this Colonials lineup. We'll see how he fares.
We shall see. Get our first look at him here today. The 1-0 pitch from the stretch is on the inside edge for a strike. It's 1-1. Glad you can join us. Happy Father's Day to all. It is a warm but beautiful day here in Palm Springs, California, and I hope that you're off to a nice little Sunday here today. 1-1 down and away, 2 balls and 1 strike here on Philip Guerrero, the right-handed bat at the top of the order. He'll take one high. Guerrero out of Alvin Community College. Three balls and 1 strike to count here on the leadoff man. On its way home. Line drive into center field. A leadoff single for Philip Guerrero to begin his day. That draws Avery Pascucci to the plate. Let's take a look now at the Haymakers defense.
In the outfield from left to right, it's Spencer Weston manning left field today. In center field, it's going to be Evan Kramer, Sam Browning in right. From third to first, the hot corner is Sean Levan. Jacob Dressler at short. Ryan Rose is at second base today. Chase Rossman at first base holding on the runner Guerrero. Behind the plate is Jackson Huntley. Mason Marquez on the mound. It's also worth mentioning this is our first time seeing either of these teams in Palm Springs Stadium.
It sure is. Upstairs and away with a first offering. This is Avery Pascucci. 1 ball and no strikes. Pascucci, a right-handed bat here at the top of the order. Runner aboard at first. We're scoreless in the bottom of 1, nobody out. Little loop job towards first, going to be an easy play for Rossman. There's 1 away. First of our 2-game schedule here today, coming up a little bit later in this one at 11:30 first pitch. The A's and Coyotes will square off on this diamond. Only 2 on the docket here today for us. Another game going on right now. The Chili and Bootleggers are mixing it up on the other field, down at the turf field. The first pitch will be fouled off here for the batter Austin Alvarez. 0-0 bottom 1. Runner aboard at first on the leadoff single. 1 away here in the frame. Another game will also obviously go on today on that turf field. The Blue Sox and Grizzly. There is no streaming coverage for that one, unfortunately. I can't be in 2 places at once. Sorry.
Sadly, if we could clone you, we would.
You know how many times I've wished I could do that? Just for work purposes.
Really?
Pitch in the dirt, going to get away to get Guerrero to second. The amount of times I've had a basketball game potential and a hockey game on the other side of the state, I'm going, why can't I?
Had a few of those situations. I don't know if it's always a work situation, though. You know, have to decide
sending one of you to a final and letting the other one sleep.
That, or, I mean, I don't want 1 out of 2 to get the favor there.
Well, you take this one, I'll get the next one. Check swing. They say he did not go. 2 balls and 1 strike. It was 2 years ago, 2019, high school baseball opening day. Had a game in West Ranch a double header as Marquez comes back the 2-1, swing and a miss, 2-2. So it was a double header at, I want to say 2 o'clock. And then I had another game. This is the only time where I was unable, spoiler alert, to get to the, I guess, third game or the other venue. Had a playoff basketball game I was trying to get to in Claremont. So West Ranch to Claremont, not very close. Here's a weak ground ball up the middle, and that will be the final out, or rather second out of the inning, I beg your pardon. So looked like Alvarez could have potentially beaten that out, but a good throw by Ryan Rose. And getting up to third base on the ground out is Guerrero. 2 gone for Matt Anderson. So game 1 lasted long. Ended up being a doubleheader sweep, which was nice. But I had, I think it was 40 minutes to try and get from West Ranch to Claremont, which, again, nope.
To a Georgia boy, sounds like it's doable, but I guess to
Nope,
you, it
not
might
here.
not have been so.
Not around these parts. It's a ground ball sharply to first down on both knees as Rossman to stop it like a netminder, and he's there to take it to a bag by his lonesome. 3 unassisted ground out after the leadoff single from Guerrero. He is stranded at third after a couple of weak contacts here in the first inning. Don't worry, I ain't got nowhere else to go now. We go to the top of the second. It's a 0-0 contest, Colonials and Haymakers. Zero, zero. We go to the second. Matt Espinoza, the batter here to lead things off. The first pitch will come home and miss downstairs. 1 ball and no strikes. Back out to the hill. Danny Gallardo, who had a 1-2-3 frame with a strikeout. That one will miss off of the plate. 2 balls and no strikes. Lifted out to shallow right field. Back on it goes Guerrero. Instead, he'll give way to Pitzer, the right fielder. And that's just 3 pitches to get the first out here in the second inning. We'll bring up Joey Mazzetti to the plate, the extra hitter today.
You know, so far in this early PSCL season, pitching hasn't been the strong suit for the Colonials. They've been able to get it mostly done with the bats, but if Gallardo's going to go out there and get quick and easy outs, they'll take that.
Yeah, who wouldn't? Always want quick and easy outs. Low stress. It's the only thing you can hope for. Joey Mazzetti to the plate here with one gone and the base is clear. We're at a 0-0 contest in the top of the second inning. Pitch misses 1-0. We've seen a couple of pitching performances throughout the PSCL here in the first week or so, Sam, that have impressed. And we'll see if Danny Gallardo can add his name to it. He's off to a good start. On the edge for a strike, it's 1-1.
Absolutely. A name that comes to mind is Michael Stanford from the Blue Sox. We saw him go a really strong 3 with, I think, 5 strikeouts.
That was the best one we've seen, with no pause.
If they could clone him, speaking of it.
I might make it to the pool. 1-1 a Mazzetti. 2-1. Talking about pitching as well. We're discussing a few days ago about what these guys' goals and accomplishments are potentially here for this 31-day bracket, essentially. Well, not bracket, but schedule, I should say. And got a little equipment malfunction behind the plate here for Sam Halling, so he'll get all squared away. But Sam, if you want to chat a little bit about what we've seen pitching-wise and what we can kind of expect moving forward as the 2-1 comes home from Gallardo inside 3-1.
A lot of the pitchers that are out here are fine-tuning what they have. And also some of them are learning what they have in store. I mean, there's a good mix of guys that have had a lot of experience in college, a lot of guys who either just graduated high school, maybe missed their first season in college.
Downstairs for ball 4. That'll be the first base runner for the Haymakers today. Still 0-0 with one down.
And, you know, Gallardo, anybody that comes out and plays for these teams, especially these starters that come out here, there's no particular leash. They're just kind of testing and seeing what works. I mean, you can go out there and say that a guy's going to throw a solid 2, but you never really know. It's all about proving it to yourself before you can ever try to prove it to those coaches. They want what's best for these players, and if they go out there and start dealing, I mean.
First pitch fell back by Sean Levon, and it's a 0-1 to the third baseman.
From what we've seen so far, a lot of the pitchers are, you know, throwing a lot of breaking balls, being able to get a feel for it. You know, the fastball command has been pretty solid so far. We're seeing some wild pitches, but sometimes those are the growing pains of being able to find a good second pitch.
Yeah. Guys are looking for a secondary. Guys are looking for a tertiary. Hoping to also work backwards a little bit. You might see some guys, especially later on. Here in the early going, we haven't necessarily seen pitching backwards. We've seen very conventional pitching throughout the tournament. Again, I keep calling it a tournament. Here's a lifted ball down the left field side. Long run over and out of room. It's 1-2. But you're not going to see it here in the early going. I think later on you might see breaking balls first pitch, you know, 2-0 count off speeds. If those are the types of things, once these guys start feeling comfortable, we'll start, you know, getting creative, playing around with their pitch mixes, see what works and what counts. I think we'll let the creative freedom roam a little bit higher as this pitch misses upstairs for a 2-ball, 2-strike count on Sean Levon.
If I had to go out there on the mound, I mean, I'm giving it my hardest either way, but just going up there realizing that these batters aren't going to be cheated either. They're fighting for at-bats, and they're fighting to come to the plate in big situations, because it's not only about the individual growth here in the summer season. The longer we go, these guys are going to bond together, and they are, in the end, fighting for a PSCL championship.
Runner at first base, 2-2, left up, smack to left. Moving to his right is Graham, and he's not going to get there. Ball skips in and takes a harsh stop. It's going to allow the base runners to get to second and third. Now they're going to go ahead and wave them home. Here comes the runner to the plate, and sliding in safely is Joey Mazzetti. The Haymakers take a 1-0 lead on the back of an RBI double from Sean Levon.
Well, we've seen plenty of those, the extra base hits when they come in the PSCL. A lot of the times these guys are jumping early on the breaking ball, and that one was smoked down the left field line.
Yeah, pitch upstairs and over the plate. Brings up Chase Rossman. Again, Haymakers grab the first run of the day. It's 1-0 here in the second. Chase Rossman, the first baseman, trying to keep the train rolling. Back-to-back to reach with a walk, and now that double. First pitch squibbed up along the third base line, charging in Alvarez. Throw to first in time for the second out. Runner advances to third. Evan Kramer to the plate. So runner on third base with 2 gone now. 1-0 here in the second. First pitch. Heads up all the way to the backstop. Runner coming in and will score on the wild pitch. It's 2-zip Haymakers.
Well, Garda has the chance to settle down now. No runners aboard. Just get this final out here and give it back to your bats.
Likely not to see people go longer than 3 innings here in the PSCL, especially here in the first couple weeks. As the pitch comes home, the 1-0, Kramer takes it up 2-0. What you certainly want out of Gallardo here today is to get out of this inning, go down to the dugout, get back up, and have a clean third. A bounce-back third. Again, it's all not 100% development, but that's the majority of it here this summer. Upstairs to this 3-0. Yes, title on the line. You know, guys want to play well and work for it, but you take this, at least from my perspective, as much of a learning experience as you can. And not just from coaching staff, but from other players. Pitches up for a 4-pitch walk. Kramer's second walk of the inning as he draws it to first to bring up Sam Browning. That's one of the things that I've really noticed as we have a mound visit. Whenever I talk to younger athletes, you know, your prep athletes in Southern California, whenever they have had an experience that has taken them to Texas or Florida or the Carolinas, the USA training complex, whatever it is, play for the Canes or Team USA or area code games or whatever it may be, perfect game, all those big name tournaments. The one thing, yes, they're all playing there and they're excited, fired up to play against the best of the best, but whenever they come back home and fall back down to earth, the thing they always talk about is, well, I actually got to talk to the top Georgia prospect, and, you know, he showed me this pitch grip, and we got to talk about spins, and we got to talk about arm angles and all that kind of stuff. That's the stuff that sticks with these guys. I mean, the amount of times, I mean, you think about the proliferation of Pitching Ninja on Twitter, and what he's been able to do for the baseball and pitching community more notably is sharing pitch grips and just talking about pitching. That's something that we've never really seen on the grander scale. How many times, you know, how great would it have been to see, you know, sit down and talk pitching and get little updates every day from Greg Maddux, right? Or Sandy Koufax telling you all about, oh, well, this is how I snap my curveball. This is the arm angle I use. This is how I keep my body centered over the mound. This is how I finish. 1-0 foul back, 1-1 here on Sam Browning. So the ability for us to see that in bite-sized chunks every day, it's like, oh, hey, Lucas Giolito's talking about his two-seamer. Oh, cool. I'll watch that for 60 seconds. And then you learn something right there.
Yeah, there's always been a collaborative effort at the professional level, especially in the majors. Just we haven't ever seen it from the fan or the broadcaster's perspective.
Yeah. 1-2 after this foul ball. And so that's why it's, you know, these styles, these big summer tournaments that are becoming more and more commonplace around the country and even into Canada. You know, it's huge. It's really huge for these players' development. high and tight 2-2. And you speak about the you just brought up right there, Sam, about how it's been a collaborative effort. I think that's the really cool thing about the pitching community is you're like, bro, I'm never going to see you against me, so let's talk pitching. This is what I do. Swing and a miss. Down goes Browning. So Gallardo ends it on a high note with a strikeout, but he does allow a pair of runs to score, an RBI double, and a wild pitch to plate 2. An inning and a half in the books to the bottom of the second. Colonials trying to come back now, trailing 2-0 here from Palm Springs Stadium. We go to the home half of the second with the Haymakers leading at 2-0. Evan Shaw takes over on the hill. Here for the Haymakers, his first pitch of the morning will miss outside to Jonas Dias. And it's a 1-ball, no strike count. Final line for Mason Marquez, just an inning of work with a hit and nothing else. The 1-0 pitch. Once again, misses off the plate, 2-0. Comes back with it, does the lefty. Again, misses outside. Evan Shaw out of Minnesota State University. Mankato as he misses upstairs with this one for ball 4. So a 4-pitch walk to begin his morning. And it brings up Brett Pitzer. We were talking about the pitching community just a moment ago in the last half inning. That's Sam Walters. I'm Steve Granado. The Flip it to the other side. I don't know necessarily, at least to my knowledge, you know, we're talking how important it is throughout tournaments throughout the summer, and you know, perfect game and all that kind of stuff. Batting wise, it doesn't seem to have that same kind of feel. I mean, I guess there's just not as much to talk about. Foul ball with this one, 0-1 on Brett Pitzer, the right fielder. 2-0 Haymakers. We're in the second. So, at least to my knowledge, it's not the same style of community, not the same information exchange, if you will.
Yeah, I'd say that's about right. Usually, when it comes to hitting approach, there's more of an individual reverberation of something that's working.
Yeah.
Think Josh Donaldson with exit velo and launch angle.
Outside with this one.
You know, batters are typically more, they're going to do what works for them. Every now and then there's going to be adjustments from coaches, guys that want to shorten down their swing, or maybe, you know, lengthen it out a little bit, add a leg kick, something like that.
It's all timing.
Right.
They got him picked off at first now. They'll cover the bag and tag him out. Had him leaning. He was taken off, and Jonas Dias just did not read that one well. They'll pick him off at first base. The putout will end up going 1-3-6-1. So yeah, that is true. That's a good point, Sam. That it is a much more personal journey with the bat. Sure, you know you take things from each other. You'll bounce ideas off, but you know whatever works for you works for you. You think of guys like Reggie Willits, a guy who, you know, didn't necessarily have conventional swings. Here's a bouncing ball off of the leg as it scoots towards the right side of the infield. There will be no play in infield. Single for Brett Pitzer. Brings up Alex Nguyen. But, you know, guys like that, guys that kind of have, you know, chopping swings, your Cody Bellingers who have uppercuts. You know, Mike Trout with the big step doesn't have a big step, or, you know, it's just those things are all personal journeys, and it's not like, I feel like with hitting is like you kind of know what's going on, especially when you get to a level to where you're going, okay, I'm legit enough that, you know, I'm playing for something, and my career, you know, I'm going to have one essentially.
Yeah, I think my favorite thing that transfers between a lot of different hitters is stances.
Yeah.
You don't usually see the approach at the plate being something that's copied. You know, there's guys that have more iconic.
In for a strike.
You see guys that have more iconic approaches at the plate. You know, right now, Juan Soto, guys like that are, you know, taking it to the extreme, and sometimes there's guys that aren't as pronounced at the plate. But, you know, we see generational relapses of stances and guys that want to have the same type of swing, the same type of approach at the plate.
That's in for strike two. You think of guys of games past, your Gary Sheffields of the world, your Ken Griffey Jr.'s, your Tim Salmons, all guys, you know, late 90s, early 2000s guys that just bizarre, honestly. Here's a flip job out to right, and back-to-back hits. Alex Nguyen aboard with a single. There's two on with one out. How big does that pickoff look now? It brings up Burke Steifman. You ever see Moneyball?
Of course.
Love that line from Jonah Hill, where he's talking about, oh my gosh, Red Sox hitter. Can't think of his name. Youkilis, Kevin Youkilis. He said, no one wants to sign him. Say he waddles like a duck. I had a brain lapse there, too, before that. Foul ball by Steifman. 2-0 Haymakers lead at Colonials batting in the bottom of the second with one out and two on. I almost said Jonas Hiller. You know who Jonas Hiller is? Former Anaheim Ducks goaltender. Jonah Hill was the word I was looking for. I thought Jonas Hiller. Man, for SoCal hockey fans, that one might take you back a little bit. Oh, one upstairs, one ball, one strike. Brain relapse.
I wonder if he waddles like a duck.
He was one of the greatest goaltenders I had ever seen, and then the poor guy suffered a head injury and got vertigo, which really derailed his career. I mean, he was, was incredible. Honestly, one of the greatest you will see talent-wise. In for a strike here on Steifman. But once he got, I think it was some collision in the net, and after that, he got injured, dealt with vertigo for years, and you could just see the poor guy struggling with it. Kind of, for Ducks fans, much like Paul Correa's career, who just suffered an injury and was never truly the same. I mean, Jonas Hiller was an all-star. He led that club for years. On the cover of NHL, the game, the AA game, he was on the cover of that. I remember I had that autographed by Jonas Hiller, one of my only hockey autographs. Swing and a miss, and down goes Steifman. Big strikeout for Evan Shaw, his first of the day, and there's 2 gone in the inning. I actually, here's to bring you back. I won that autographed Jonas Hiller EA NHL video game cover in a Facebook contest. And I didn't know I won it. What I actually won was a copy of the game. But I took too long to respond because I never saw the message from the Anaheim Ducks. And so one day I was just going through my messages and saw I had an unread message like outside of the primary box or whatever. You know how there's like the secondary, or at least there used to be. I haven't been on Facebook in forever. But
right, you and the Ducks don't,
yeah, we're not
friends.
Yeah. Sam Halling, the batter, first and second. Pitches inside, 1-0. So I didn't realize that I had a message from the Anaheim Ducks that said, "Congratulations, you're a winner in our contest. You have won a copy of EA NHL, special cover signed by Jonas Hiller." And 2 months later, after the season had ended, I think it was like, around this time, around June or so, had won the contest in like April. Pitches up and out, gets behind, runners advance to second and third on the wild pitch. And I went, "Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I didn't see this. Can I still get it?" And the Ducks responded, and we're like, "Well, we gave it away. We don't have any more copies of the game. But we do have the sleeve signed. We still have another copy of the sleeve signed. We just don't have the game anymore." And I'm like, "I don't care about the game. I already own it." Swing and a miss, lost the bat. It's 1-1 here on Sam Halling. So I hustle down to Honda Center. I get there. I'm like, "Hi, I'm the guy that didn't respond to the Facebook message." Like, "Oh, just give me a second." And they brought it out. I mean, it was very, no pomp and circumstance. They just walk out with a piece of paper signed by Jonas Hiller, but it was the cover. I don't know why they had multiple covers signed, but they did. It's not like Jonas Hiller was there. He probably went back to, I think he's Swedish. Probably went back to Sweden in the offseason. In for a strike. So, long story long. I got the autograph.
Similar thing happened to me, except it was
$1,000.
winning a signed toothbrush from my orthodontist.
Are you speaking English right now?
Never been to the orthodontist? Never had braces?
No, I haven't. Swing and a miss. They'll throw down to first base, and that will end the inning. I'm going to ask you about that when we come back. I have no idea what you're talking about. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and 2 left in scoring position. A pair of innings complete to the third. Haymakers holding on to a 2-0 lead. Uncommitted Dylan Foley takes over on the hill to relieve Danny Gallardo, who ends up going 2 innings, a hit, 2 runs earned, a pair of walks, and a pair of strikeouts. We've played 2 innings here today. It'll be Foley versus 10, 1, and 2, beginning with Jacob Dressler. 2-0 Haymakers. For the rest of the way here for the next 3 innings, Sam Walters, and we're dying for this orthodontist story.
So an orthodontist.
You don't have to explain what an orthodontist is.
I would have to if I didn't tell you in the middle of the inning.
No, I know what it. That wasn't the question, Sam.
It's
the question
not the
was,
guy.
Why was this person autographing a toothbrush for you?
First pitch into Dressler is high. 1-0. Okay, so an orthodontist, not the guy who studies birds, by the way. That's ornithology, Steve.
Who do you think I am?
Smack to the hole between third and short, and that'll get through for a base hit for Jacob Dressler.
Do you? I'm baffled at you right now.
No need to be so flabbergasted. I can explain.
You know,
so
I speak English, Sam.
You just seemed very confused.
No, I'm confused on why a person who works on teeth is signing something for you that isn't a prescription or a check.
Next pitch into the leadoff batter,
I'm
Ryan
not crazy,
Roses.
right?
It's outside.
Everyone at home is wondering, Sam, not what this. Call the game, Sam.
Yeah, it's 1-0 to Ryan Rose here. Foley from the stretch. That one gets in the dirt and past the catcher. Sam Halling let him get past him, so now there's a runner on second. Jacob Dressler advances on the wild pitch. I'm not saving the toothbrush. Quite honestly, if you ask me to find it.
Take me through the events, Samuel.
So, I was born without good teeth.
Okay, not those events. The day. Take me through the day. Not your breakfast or all that. Take me through the appointment.
First pitch into. Next pitch into. Rose is a called strike, 1-1. So, my orthodontist was very, very rich and very famous in the area. I went slapped back to the screen. It's 1-2. Very famous in the area, kind of had a monopoly over the town's orthodontal work. And I believe I had gone into an appointment, and they pulled me aside after we had checked in. You know, orthodontists try to make it fun for kids because braces are pretty awful. That's a called strike 3 against Ryan Rose. First strikeout for Foley. You know, orthodontists are trying to make it fun for the kids, and I think I went in. You know, this time I couldn't have been more than 8 or 9, maybe 10, 4th or 5th grade. And I was over in the game room. Yes, they had a game room at the orthodontist that the kids could play at.
Dream big.
And smile bigger. That's their tagline.
Yeah, that's on the side of the building.
Sounds like something that would be on an orthodontist, like.
Sure.
And that's sign outside.
Yeah, and that's like on the side of the bird cage, right?
Right, yeah.
Yeah.
First pitch by Huntley is fouled off.
Yeah, they work on beaks there.
I got a bad beak. I was born with a bad beak, buddy.
I got a bad beak.
Got a bad case of the beaks.
Gosh. It's too early for this, Sam. Okay, so why? I still don't get why he signed a toothbrush.
Quite honestly, I'm stalling. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I was given a toothbrush.
The audacity. That's like if you went to McDonald's today, and no shame to fast food workers, they are true heroes and do much better work than I do.
Truly essential workers.
But like, if I got a McChicken that was autographed by like Ryan Ramirez or like, wait, we have a Ryan Ramirez in this league? Did I just pull that name out of nowhere?
Ryan Rodriguez.
Oh,
I think you're thinking
I
of.
just picked 2 random names. Like, I wouldn't know what to do. I'd be like, thanks.
Last 2 misses have missed a Huntley. It's 2-1.
Like, thank you?
I would say thank you. I like new chickens.
Like, I'm going to throw this wrapper away, but thanks.
It's kind of like I've been given, like, commemorative Coke bottles before, and they're like, make sure not to drink it.
Yeah.
Like, why? I'm still going to have the bottle. Swung
Well,
on
then
and missed 2 and 2.
Well, it's like opening up an action figure.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I used to, I had a few toys in my day. I had a few action figures, some G.I. Joes, some Bionicles.
I don't know what that is.
Bionicles?
That's not my time.
Pitch misses high.
We have a bit of a generational gap. There's things that, I mean, you probably watched Teletubbies, no? Because that was
maybe
way past me.
I mean, I might have missed. I missed the Pog wave, but
yeah,
I would say that I probably was more of a Boo-Bah guy.
Who?
That pitch misses to Huntley.
I speak English, but I don't know what you're saying. I think par for the course.
Huntley reaches first on a walk. They'll give him a courtesy runner. As the catcher, he'll go back and gear up.
That's Savon Battle running at first.
Heard a lot about Savon Battle.
Yeah, so have I.
From what I've heard so far, captain mentality. By the way, he's leading off of first. I can understand why. Looks pretty locked in, and he already just, not even starting this game, just came in to run it first. Pitch misses high to Spencer Weston.
Any other doctor's appointments where you've walked away with commemorative memorabilia?
Doctors or like just medical appointments in general?
Yeah. Did you walk out of your yearly with an autographed stethoscope?
I wish, dude. Stethoscopes are pretty expensive. Pitch misses to Weston.
Is there a secondary black market for stethoscopes that I'm not aware of?
No, I just, from what I...
Hey, bro.
This comes down the grapevine.
Open up a coat. I got all the stethoscopes you need. What do you want? I got a silver. This one's special edition.
You know, they say that stethoscopes are like night vision goggles in the way that, you can be blinded in night vision goggles if you're not careful. Same thing can happen to your ears with a stethoscope.
Oh, I was like, what happens to yours? I was like, does it come back and hit your own?
No, stethoscopes are so, they amplify the sound naturally, so much so that a loud sound, if you were to put it up to possibly a speaker, an amplifier, could bust your eardrum.
I have something to tell you about my heart.
Oh, okay.
Yesterday, I watched In the Heights again.
Oh. On HBO Max.
On HBO Max.
Not a sponsor.
Not a sponsor.
Yeah.
Use promo code POWER.
Promo code ornithology.
Oh, jeez.
Next pitch, throw goes to second. That one was outside. And
it's pretty good.
Dressler makes it back into second with a slide.
Pretty good throw there by Sam Holling.
Really good arm.
Like the really intense dancing in the Carnaval de Barrio scene where they're like shaking. I mean, they're kind of doing it the whole time, but they're shaking their chest and their shoulders like violently back and forth. I jokingly did it, and I hurt my heart. Like I hit my heart with like my sternum or something.
How does that
work?
It
actually hurt because I did it so violently. Again, as a joke.
Another pitch misses outside to Spencer Weston. He'll take first, and now the bags are loaded. That'll bring up Matt Espinosa. Speaking of being blinded by night vision goggles, not exactly related, but did you know that I believe her name is Stephanie Beatrice?
Yeah, what about her?
She is legally blind.
Oh, hey, how about that?
So she...
Brooklyn Nine-Nine?
Brooklyn Nine-Nine fame, also been in multiple movies. I want to say...
This is the first time I'd seen her on the big screen.
Yeah, Legally Blind. So she is doing all those dancing numbers.
My favorite movie, Legally Blind and Legally Blind 2.
Right. Boogaloo.
Uh-huh. What, like it's hard?
First pitch to Espinosa's in the dirt. It gets away, but no runners advance.
Still 2-0 ball game, by the way. Haymakers plating 2 in the second. Chance to add more here. Just to try and reel it back in, Sam.
There's baseball here.
You could see it. You know what's going on.
The people at home
Have muted it.
yeah, they're not listening to this.
Yeah, like, man, I was trying to enjoy my Father's Day. I was trying to enjoy my Sunday, make myself a little breakfast.
And here we are at 9:52 talking about
whatever
birds and braces.
Yeah.
And bad beaks.
Birds and Braces. That's my new Hall & Oates covered band.
Birds, braces, and
Beaks.
Beaks is your favorite movie, right?
Sure. Whatever. Punchline.
Swung on and missed.
Funny retort. Punchline. Laugh.
Right lines, punch hooks. That's a trifecta.
All right. Easy killer.
1-2's the count to Espinosa. One out, bases loaded here for the Haymakers. That pitch misses up and in. It's 2-2.
Looks like Luis Torres is playing catch in right field for the Colonials.
Any further damage here by the Haymakers lineup could chase Foley. Here's his 2-2 pitch. Misses high. Counts full to the DH Espinosa. He flew out his first time up. Jacob Dressler's at third. He had a single and advanced on a wild pitch. Huntley and Weston back-to-back walks to load the bases here. Still in the top of the third. Foley's going to step off and think of a new attack plan for the cleanup hitter. He sets and shakes the glove a little bit. Payoff is spoiled. Foul back to the screen. We'll do it again. I'm trying to think of any other autographs I've got.
I've gotten a couple. my best one is a Willie Mays. I have a
Oh,
Willie
wow.
Mays, yeah.
How'd you meet him?
Didn't meet him. It was a gift.
Did you say hey?
Stop it. I have a Corey Perry,
Who's that?
former Anaheim Duck.
Okay. Not a hockey guy from Georgia.
Yeah.
They took the Thrashers from us, though
Yeah.
I'll never forgive them.
I don't know where it went. Once upon a time in the 90s, I had a Paul Correa autograph as well, but that's long gone.
Swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the inning here for Foley, and he's 1 out away from working out of a bases-loaded jam.
Let alone on a 3-2 pitch. Got him to chase it. I had a Mike Napoli autograph once upon a time.
Good guy.
Sure.
Yes.
Angels fan. A lot of bad demons there.
Was he on the Rangers and Red Sox? Anyone else? Notably?
I remember those two, that's for sure.
I'm sure. He's on a staff somewhere as a coach now, I believe. First pitch is into Joey Mazzetti. That's a called strike.
I think I had a Jeff Mathis autograph.
The legend? The best catcher in baseball?
I mean, honestly, though. I mean,
he is
jokingly a very talented defensive catcher,
the
yes.
pitcher whisperer.
But one of the worst hitters in the history of baseball.
And baseball's all the better for it. Next pitch is lined into right field. That's going to get down for a base hit. Runners chugging around. 2 runs are going to score. Weston heads into third, and he'll hold up there. That is a 2 RBI double for Joey Mazzetti. It's 4-0 now, Haymakers.
Not trying to do too much of that baseball, just flip it out to right field. Able to bring home Battle and Weston. Or, pardon me, Dressler and Battle. And just when he thought that Dylan Foley was going to get out of this unscathed, the Haymakers tag him for 2, maybe more here.
Still an opportunity, 2 outs and 2 runners in scoring position for Sean Levan. First pitch into him is outside. It's 1-0. I have a Max Scherzer autograph.
That's a good one.
Got that 2 weeks before he nearly threw his no-hitter in, I believe, 2015. He played the Braves.
Scherzer doesn't have a no-no, right?
He doesn't. He nearly threw a no-hitter.
Yeah, but he
That was
doesn't.
his, 19 or 20 strikeout game? That pitch gets away from Sam Holling, and another run is going to score. Spencer Weston made it all the way around. So now Joey Mazzetti's going to be at third base. It's a wild pitch. It's 5-0 here. Haymakers leading over the Colonials. We're still in the top of the third with 2 outs. Two and O's the count still to Levan. He had an RBI double his first time up. Breaking ball catches the zone. It's 2-1.
I was never really a big autograph guy. I was never really a big card guy either.
So collectibles wise, do you mean that as you didn't want to have to bother them for the autograph, or you just didn't want them? I think every kid wants an autograph,
well,
right?
Sure. I think I am probably completely misremembering this. I got an autograph at a Diamondbacks game in Phoenix when I was a kid. I think it's one of the only times I've one of the very few times I've gotten an autograph at the field.
That pitch is skied into the second baseman. Guerrero's under it. He'll make the catch, and that'll retire the side. Not before the Haymakers come into the top of the third and add 3 more. We're heading to the bottom of the third. We'll have more talk about autographs. Haymakers lead 5-0.
I got more on that.
More on that later. We're in the bottom of the third. Haymakers leading 5-0. It'll be 10-1-2 facing off against Shaw in his second inning of work.
So we're talking about autographs?
Sure.
The autograph I got, for whatever reason in my head, I've made it out to be Gonzo, Luis Gonzalez.
Mm-hmm.
Probably not. It's probably not him. I have no idea. I couldn't read it.
First pitch to Hunter Graham is upstairs, 1-0. What made you think that it was him?
Just because it was, probably 2000, 2001, and it was the Diamondbacks, and that was the player I knew.
Oh, I see.
And, who didn't know him?
That's chopped to second. That's bobbled by the second baseman Rose, but he'll throw to first in time to retire Graham for the first out of the bottom of the third.
But yeah, not really an autograph kid. Now I think now I appreciate an autograph more, but I don't seek them out. I'm not like autograph hound. I'm not heading to collectibles and trying to buy them or anything like that.
You only appreciate autographs now because you're the one giving them out, superstar.
Okay, I have given out 2 autographs. All right, that's it.
There you go.
2 of them.
2 is more than me. I might as well be a -1. Actually, I am at -1. That's a called strike against Guerrero.
I signed 1 in 2015 when I was working for the Rancho Cucamonga Quakes. After the game, this kid asked for my autograph.
Good. Breaking ball catches the zone.
And that ball was already autographed, and I knew it at the time, and I definitely know it now. I completely devalued that baseball because Cody Bellinger's signature was also on that ball.
Oh, my.
I mean, the kid lost it. I mean, it was like a 4-year-old kid or whatever, 5-year-old kid.
Guerrero doesn't know it yet, but he just struck out. Guerrero was taking some hacks in the outside of the batter's box. They make the throw to first to finish off the play.
He still doesn't know. He's still confused.
The pitch was dropped by Huntley. He thought it was outside, and our umpire rung him up. He had no idea until just now. So that'll be the 3rd strikeout and 1 1/3 innings of work for Evan Shaw.
So I signed that ball, and then I signed a ball a year later in 2016. A young fan with the Boise Hawks asked for my autograph, and that's the only 2 autographs I've ever given out.
Breaking ball working well for Shaw. He's ahead again of Pascucci, 1-0. 0-1, pardon.
Not that I'm opposed.
No, not at all. I mean,
at all. Well, if anybody wants one, sure, I'll ruin a baseball for you.
that one gets back to the backstop. It's 1-1 to Pascucci. He popped out to the first baseman his first time up. I think that, what has it been? 5 years, you said? Yeah, 5 years since you've given out an autograph.
Yeah, about there. Summer, yeah, it would have been the summer of 16.
I was a camp counselor for 2 summers back in 2017 and 18. And, we're working with kids that are in 5th and 6th grade. A lot of them look up to us a lot. That's fouled off back 1-2 now to Pascucci. We work with a lot of 5th and 6th graders, some 4th graders, and they spend a week. I worked at the largest youth development center in the world, 60 counselors, around 1,000 kids a week.
Is that all?
That's all.
It's a lot of screaming.
That's a whole lot of bad beaks.
Jeez.
Bringing that one back for you. That breaking ball's in the dirt again. 2-2 now to Pascucci.
That's crazy. We have -1 viewers on YouTube. How is that possible?
Now, I'm pretty sure I gave out maybe, you don't really give autographs. It's not so much an autograph as it is just like a here, I'm going to sign your name tag type thing so you can, remember my name in 10 years when you want to be a counselor, perhaps when you want to.
They go, oh, yeah, I remember that guy. He was weird.
Yeah, definitely.
That guy was annoying.
That's what they all say for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Not
Do
even
you
a joke.
remember Mr. Sam?
Mr. Sam is, I guess, fitting.
It's always Mr. in first name and Miss in first name in those situations. I did an after-school program. I was Mr. Steve. I was like, I have a last name. Or you can just call me Steve. The informal formality.
Pitch is swung on and missed. Pascucci's going to head to first on the drop third strike. Almost gets away from the first baseman, Rossman, but he'll tag the base with his glove to retire the side. So 2 strikeouts in the inning for Evan Shaw, his second good inning of work. We head to the top of the 4th. Haymakers still leading the Colonials 5-0. So Dylan Foley goes an inning, gives up 3 runs on 2 hits. Haymakers leading 5-0 here in the top of the 4th. It'll be Luis Torres in relief. Right-hander's going to work against the 7, 8, and 9 in the lineup for the Haymakers. Sam Walters here with Steve Granato. First game of this beautiful Sunday, Father's Day. First pitch from the right-hander Torres is an excuse me swing that got the ball in fair play, and there's going to be no play. That's an infield single for Rossman. Torres didn't realize that the ball was in fair play until it was way too late, and Rossman was halfway up the first baseline. So he'll reach on the infield single. That'll bring up the center fielder, Evan Kramer. We've seen a few of those already here in the PSCL. I've seen quite a few check swings that ended up making it into the field of play. That might have been the first one that ended up being a base hit. So Rossman leads off at first. Torres, the sidearm pitch, is in there for a called strike against Evan Kramer. Center fielder walked his last time up. Torres working from the stretch. His next pitch is another called strike. He's ahead of Kramer 0-2. First of 2 games on the docket today. You're watching Haymakers and Colonials. Another pitch that's grounded down the third baseline, and that's going to be a fair ball. No, excuse me, foul. They never made the call until he had rounded first. So Kramer's going to head back to the plate. That one trickled down the third baseline and barely hopped over the third base bag. We weren't sure if it was going to be fair or foul until Rossman had rounded first, but we'll do it again. It's still 0-2. Runner takes off. Breaking ball waved on and missed. Ball's dropped by the catcher Holling, but strikeout regardless. So Rossman is going to take second base. Stolen bag for him. One out here in the top of the 4th. That'll bring up Sam Browning, the right fielder. Fifth strikeout of the morning for the Colonial staff. First for Torres. He'll work against Browning here. That one's cranked into left field. High fly ball sitting under it is Graham. He'll make the catch, and that'll send Chase Rossman back to second. So quickly 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. That'll bring up Jacob Dressler, the shortstop. Dressler singled and scored his first time up. Torres sets at the belt. Here's his first pitch. It's a fastball high. So this is the first time in a while we've had no game action between the PSCL and the Power. The Power will take a couple days off. They'll be back in action on Tuesday versus the East LA Dodgers. Next pitch of Torres is hammered into left field. That's a base hit. Rounding third is Chase Rossman. He's going to come home. The throw, the plate. He drops it. Sam Holling drops the ball at home. So that's going to be an RBI single. RBI single for Jacob Dressler. He advances to second on the throw to home. And the Haymakers add another run at 6-0. A good arm out in left field for Hunter Graham. He tried his best. He hit the cutoff man right in the webbing, but the transfer to home got away from Sam Holling. You know, that's definitely one thing in the field that you just can't teach and you just can't really go over until you're in that game situation, and that's the relay from the outfield. Got to have a feel of the inside and outside of the bag, know who you're throwing to, know what side the glove is on. First pitch breaking ball misses to Ryan Rose. It was a good one until it wasn't. It came to the pitcher Torres, and then the relay to Sam Holland got away. Still 2 outs here in the top of the 4th. Runner in scoring position. That one is grounded to short. Steiffen makes the play, and he'll throw over to first, and it is late. So Rose is going to reach on an infield single that was hit deep in the hole at short. And the over-the-shoulder throw did not make it in time to catch Rose at first base. Dressler advances to third. So there'll be runners on the corners for Jackson Huntley. He's popped out and he's walked and scored. Pardon, the run scored by Huntley was actually by Savon Battle, who came in the courtesy run back in the 3rd inning. First pitch to Huntley is misses high, 1-0. Another pitch in the dirt, blocked by Holling. Skips out in front of the plate. 2-0 count now to Huntley. Haymakers trying to throw some knockout punches early here in the 4th. They lead 6-0 over the Colonials. Torres checks the runner at first. That's Ryan Rose. Here's the 2-0. It's chopped to second baseman. Philip Guerrero's only going to have one play in this at first base. Jackson Huntley went in there, tripped into first base, but he is out regardless, and he's upstanding. So the Haymakers tack on one more run. We're heading to the bottom of the 4th. The Colonials up to bat, down 6-0. We're in the bottom of the fourth. Some changes for the Haymakers. Joey Mazzetti's going to move to first base, and Save on Battle takes Chase Rossman's spot in the lineup. They have a new lefty on the mound. That's Daniel Roche. He takes over for Evan Shaw. 2 clean innings of work for him. He gives up 2 singles, no runs, strikes out 4. Roche will face off against the heart of the lineup for the Colonials. Haymakers leading 6-0 here. Lefty Roche is going to face Alvarez, Anderson, and Diaz scheduled up to bat. Austin Alvarez digs in. He grounded out to the second baseman his first time up. Lefty working from the windup. First pitch is skied into center. Evan Kramer's there to retire Austin Alvarez on the first pitch. Haven't seen too many fly balls today. A lot of grounders to the infield. Most of the ones that have made it to the outfield have been base hits. Lefty Roche now works against Matt Anderson. First pitch is outside to Anderson in the right-hand batter's box. Anderson grounded out to the first baseman his first time up. Next pitch misses from Roche. It's 2-0. Another one misses. It's 3-0 to Anderson. Anderson from University of Richmond. And the fourth pitch to Anderson hits the dirt, so that'll be a 4-pitch walk. First base on balls allowed by Roche. Only the second of the game allowed by the Haymakers pitching staff. There'll be a runner on first for Jonas Dias. He had the only other walk. First pitch is inside to Diaz. It's 1-0. That's only the fourth base runner of the game for the Colonials. They haven't had too much action on the base paths. Three straight lefties on the mound for the Haymakers have kept runners on first and check. Pitches swung on and missed. It's 1-1 to Diaz. It was Mason Marquez to start the game for the Haymakers, followed by the lefty Shaw. And now Daniel Roche working. He'll make a throw over to first. It'll chase Anderson, but he gets in there with no tag. The 1-1 is chopped to shortstop. That's Taylor Made. He flips over to second. They go to first with it. Mazzetti makes the catch. And that'll retire the side. So a quick 1-2-3 inning for Daniel Roche. We're heading to the top of the fifth. The Haymakers still leading 6-0. Top of the fifth, the Haymakers lead 6-0. They'll face off against Luis Torres in his second inning of work. It'll be the heart of the lineup for the Haymakers up to bat: Weston, Espinosa, and Mazzetti. Spencer Weston digs in. He's 0 for 1. He has a walk and a run scored. Also grounded out to short his first time up. First pitch is fouled off. Spencer Weston getting an at-bat with the big club last night. Torres sets and delivers. That's skied down the left field line, but way out of play. Quickly ahead 0-2 to Weston. Spencer Weston definitely leading the Haymakers offensively coming into this game. Entering today, he was 3 for 4. Pair of RBIs and an extra base hit mixed in there. Big breaking ball waved on and missed. That'll retire Weston. That's the second strikeout for Luis Torres. And the first out here in the top of the fifth. So it'll be Matt Espinosa, the DH. He flew out to right field and struck out. First pitch breaking ball from Torres is skied into left center field. Pascucci and Graham chasing. It'll be Graham, the left fielder, that makes the catch. So 2 quick outs here for Luis Torres, just what they needed. Colonials haven't had a clean, scoreless inning since the first. That'll bring up the new first baseman. Well, moved to first base. That's Joey Mazzetti. Switched over from the extra hitter to first base, now in the field. Savon Battle will also take a spot in the lineup. Mazzetti's walked and scored and had a 2 RBI double. First pitch breaking ball in there for a called strike, 0-1. We're just joining us is Sam Walters, partner Steve Granado. We're happy to bring you the Colonials and the Haymakers to the broadcast for the first time this season. Both teams had the day off yesterday, and before that had action over at our second turf field. And now here they are for the first of 2 morning games on this Father's Day. Breaking ball, another good one, catches the inside corner. Luis Torres has not thrown a ball this inning. He's quickly ahead of Mazzetti, 0-2. Catcher Holling drops the sign. Torres sets at the belt. Here's the 0-2. A very good off-speed. Nearly catches the outside corner, but it'll just miss. Like a little circle change flirted with the left-hand batter's box, and Holling gave it a good frame, not quite there. Here's the 1-2. Another good breaking ball swung on and missed. Second strikeout of the inning for Torres, 3rd overall in the game. That'll retire the side for the Haymakers. They go down quietly for the first time in an hour. Right into the bottom of the 5th, it'll be the Colonials lineup trying to make something out of this game. They trail 6-0. Who at DH? We're in the bottom of the fifth. Haymakers leading 6-0. Couple of swaps in the field for the Haymakers. Matt Espinosa's got to move to third base, and they got a new lefty on the mound. Already seen him today is Chase Rossman. He was at first earlier, and he'll take over on the mound facing Pitzer, Nguyen, and Steifman scheduled for the Colonials. First pitch to Pitzer is skied back and out of play.
Not much of a line for Daniel Roche today. Just 3 batters faced, a walk, and that's it.
Was able to induce a good double play ball that ended the bottom of the fourth. Next pitch fastball misses inside to Pitzer. It's 1-1.
Chase Rossman, the third left-hander out of the bullpen today for the Haymakers, uncommitted at this point. It went Marquez, Shaw, Roche, and now Rossman.
A slew of southpaws out there. That one snubbed down the first baseline, breaks the bat. Looks like Pitzer's not happy about that one. Got to think that's his own bat with the green tape on the bat. He tosses it to the side and finds some new lumber.
PSCL fans, don't forget, coming up after this one at 11:30 in just under an hour, the A's and Coyotes will square off for our final game of the day here on this Sunday. Again, that's A's and Coyotes at 11:30. We get started tomorrow morning. Bombers and Rush at 9. Then we get the A's and Snowbirds at 11:30 tomorrow. Again, we'll get the A's back-to-back days.
Bombers were fun to watch yesterday in that walk-off win over the Grizzly. Ended up winning that one 6-5. They called it after the fifth and went into the bottom of the fifth, tied 5-5, and an RBI single by Brandon Dodd ended up scoring the winning run. They mobbed him out at second. Whole lot of fun. You won't want to miss them playing tomorrow. A lot of big bats in that lineup. Deshaun Johnson had a big day for him yesterday.
Good to see.
So it's 1-2 to Pitzer. He's got a new bat, and he'll swing at that one. First strikeout of the day for Rossman, and that's the first out here in the bottom of the fifth. Alliston Wynn steps up. He singled his first time up. Digs in the right-hand batter's box, facing the lefty Rossman. First pitch fastball inside is 1-0. Rossman working from the windup. Next pitch is in the dirt. Well, we've been lucky to not have too many delays for heat so far here in this one. Typically pretty good about making sure if any guy on the field needs water, a courtesy runner, a substitution, they allow ample time and ability. One's fouled. 2-1 now to win. We are now on the better side of a heat wave and
Ish.
ish.
It's not 122. It's only 103.
Yeah, we reached a record-breaking June temperature for California, 123 degrees here in Palm Springs earlier this week. Another pitch misses from Rossman is 3-1.
Well, I'm glad Palm Springs waited for me to get as hot as it possibly could.
You and me both, buddy.
Thank you, Palm Springs. Got my farmer's tan nice and good now.
That one misses high in the wind, so he'll be on first base.
Sam, how many times have we seen, I mean, it's uncanny, I feel like, this summer already, that we've seen a pitcher get the first out easily and then walk the second guy.
It's not the greatest approach. I guess it's better than walking the lead off, but that one didn't even go too deep in the count.
That's the third time we've seen it in this game. Getting the first guy and then walking the second.
Well, it's worked out for him so far. First pitch to Burke Steifman misses up high. It's 1-0.
Yeah, that was Danny Gallardo did it in the second inning for the Colonials.
Got lucky and had the pick off at first base, caught him lingering.
Roche did it in the fourth, and now Rossman has done it here in the fifth. How bizarre.
Another pitch misses outside to Steifman. He struck out his first time up.
Now I'm curious. I want to go back and look.
Let's take a deep dive into second batter of the inning.
Yeah, I mean,
walked.
Okay, I found another one. Jacob Gonzalez of the A's did it 2 days ago in the second inning.
Throw chases Nguyen back to first, but it gets away from the first baseman, Mazzetti. Nguyen's thinking three. He's going to go to three. He's in there with a slide, and he'll get it there with no tag. So that'll be a E1. Low throw by Chase Rossman.
Okay, found two more. Ryan Sleeman did it twice in the second and third innings back on the 18th. I knew I wasn't crazy. I found another one. Connor Robinson of the North Stars did it on the 18th in the third inning.
Well, it's spelling trouble right here for Rossman. He has a runner 90 feet away from home. There's the strike. Has Steifman 2-1. Haymakers pitching staff is not allowed to run today. They're leading 6-0 over the Colonials.
Kai Simons of the Lumberjacks, June 17th.
That gets past the catcher Jackson Huntley. That's going to allow the first run of the game to score for the Colonials. So a throwing error by Chase Rossman on the mound allowed Wynn to get to third, and a wild pitch allows him to score.
So Kai Simons, second inning, June 17th. There's another one. Who's keeping track? Because, I mean, it's true. I don't think I've ever seen anything like this, where it's so consistent. Here's another one. Patrick Sweeney of the Blue Sox, June 17th.
3-1, another check swing put in fair play. That's going to be a toss over to first. That'll retire Burke Steifman for the second out of the inning.
He did it in the fifth inning. That's crazy, right?
And this is only half of the games that
Yeah,
we've
we're
had
only
played.
covering half of them. I found another one.
We got to get a book from the turf field and see if this is a common theme.
Eric Peterson, 4th inning for the Bootleggers on the 17th. Got the first guy, walked the second guy.
We got to relay this information. I don't think you can do much about it for the pitchers, but if you're a batter going up there and you know you're second due up,
Yeah, I mean, play
don't
the
swing.
odds.
Don't swing.
Let's play the odds.
Sam Holling's in there now, the catcher. Struck out his first time up. He swings through that one, 1-1.
Found one against for the Power on the 12th of June. Brett Auerkamp of the Long Beach Legends in the first inning got Cato Kleiman to fly out, got Ryan Rodriguez on a walk. First inning.
Ryan Rodriguez has walked a good bit. If I'm not mistaken, he has the highest on-base percentage of any Power player at the moment. That pitch is outside to Holling, 2-1.
How bizarre. And again, that's just half the games. I have missed 3 days. 2 days. 2 days I've missed. So that's, I bet if you look through your book, you find a couple more. I'm not going to ask you to do it, but.
My book's glued shut. 3-1 now to Holling.
That's so strange. What a pointless thing that I just looked up, but what a random, consistent theme.
Now the payoff for that is to see how many of those walks ended up scoring.
Oh, I'm not going to go back and count again. I already closed the book.
Never too much work for Steve.
I don't think I've ever noticed anything like that before. At least a trend in that direction.
Called strike. It's now full to Holling. Yeah, it's got to be something that happens pretty often for you
to notice
to notice
a
it
walk.
throughout. Yeah.
Like, you know, like to notice a trend with walks.
Well, free passes have been a big trend here in the PSCL so far. A lot of pitchers still getting their rhythm. That pitch is swung on and missed. Holling loses the bat. Second time we've seen that today. And that'll retire the side. The Colonials don't go down without a fight. They score 1 run on an E1 and a wild pitch. They still trail by 5 going into the top of the 6th, down 6-1. We've reached the top of the sixth. The Haymakers leading 6-1. Here to yap the beak for the rest of the way, it's Steve Granato.
Yap the beak. Again.
Yap the beak.
You know, I think that's actually pretty apropos for how I handle things around here. New pitcher into the ball game here for the Colonials. Patrick Dixon takes over. His first pitch misses in the dirt. 1 ball and no strikes. Patrick Dixon takes over for Luis Torres. 2 innings of work for Torres. A hit and earned run, no walks, and 3 punch-outs.
Looks like we have a new left. We'll have a new left fielder in the next half inning. Spencer Weston is warming up in the bullpen for the Haymakers.
Pitch misses outside. 2 balls and no strikes. 6, 7, and 8 due up. Three and 0 now here on Sean Levan, who has an RBI double in this one. Haymakers lead this contest 6-1. We're in the 6th inning. Kick deal, here it comes. That's on the edge for a strike to get him back 3-1. Then it's a Vaughn battle. And Evan Kramer, the scheduled hitters here in the inning. All facing off with Patrick Dixon. Just graduated from Moreau Catholic High School in Hayward, California. He'll find the strike zone, 3-2. Two-sport athlete out at Moreau Catholic. He was also a football player out there. Native of Newark, California, 6'4", 184, will be headed to Lakeland University after this. 3-2 check swing, and he'll take ball 4. This is the 4th pitcher used today for the Colonials. Second time Levan has reached first base.
Well, at least it's not the second batter of the inning.
In case you missed that conversation, we saw that there is a trend here. Getting the first batter and then walking the second one is weirdly becoming a trend this year. First pitch to Battle. He took over for Rossman. And it's on the edge for a strike, 0-1. Very bizarre turn of events. In like the most inconsequential way, though. Chop ball foul, third base side, 0-2. It's not like we're sitting here going, wow, well, it turns into the winning run 9 times out of 11. You know, it's nothing crazy like that, but it's just going, like, what's happening? Why does this keep happening? What's the letdown there after getting the first out?
Jeremy Frank would like this conversation.
Who's that?
MLB Stats and Info on Twitter. He's the one digging up those stats all the time. We'll give him our book. I'll send him a screenshot.
There you go. He'll care. Down and away, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Game 2 coming up, 11:30 here shortly. Sam and I on the call on that one as well to wrap up the day. Bombers, or rather A's and Coyotes on that one. In the dirt, gets away. Levan takes second easily.
You know, you see these crazy advanced situational stats a lot in football, especially basketball. You know, the first player to do have X points and Y assists and this before turning this age and this time on Father's Day.
Yeah, there's a bouncy ball back towards the mound. Dixon's got it easy, and there's one away as Levan advances to third base on the ground out. Yeah, when the sun is setting in the northern hemisphere after 7:15 p.m., when the sun is, when the North Star is just barely visible, and a left-hander pitches on a grass field.
Mercury's and Renegade.
Mike Trout is batting .988, which is the best in American League history since 1906, when Framer McCutcheon, nicknamed Skippy, last did it for the Philadelphia Athletics of the American Association. How much deeper can you get?
Can't fit that in 240 characters.
No. Yeah, that's a screenshot of the notes app.
That's a thread. I got a buddy that I harp on a lot for doing that back home, and
they deked Levan at home. Sam Halling made it look like he had the ball coming to him. And he ended up getting Levan to slam on the brakes. Does come in to score on the RBI ground out by Kramer. The Haymakers get that run back. It's 7-1 here in the 6th. That's great. I loved that.
those are the quirks of baseball you just can't really you can't really beat.
First pitch in the dirt here to Sam Browning with the bases clear and 2 outs. 7-1 Haymakers. Browning 0 for 2 today, strikeout and a flyout.
Kevin's at a cool 2,700 followers at this moment.
Hit me with that verified. It's a ground ball back towards the middle, and it hops out of the reach of Steifman into center field. So Sam Browning has his first hit of the day. That's the 6th for the Haymakers.
I feel like less people are getting verified now that they have the option and the settings to apply.
Yeah, I was thinking about applying.
A lot of people are.
Since apparently I'm a big deal.
Right. Superstar autograph man.
Yeah. All 2 autographs.
Yeah, you're.
Only one of them actually knew who I was. Like, let me be clear, that one I signed when it was the Cody Bellinger baseball, I wasn't even on the air yet. I was just a media relations intern. Here's a ground ball squibbed towards first, scooped up and taken to the bag solo style for Anderson. So ends the inning. So an RBI ground out from Evan Kramer. 1 run on a hit, no errors, and a runner left at first base. And that'll do it here in the top of 6. 7-1 to the bottom of the 6th as the Colonials trying to battle back here from Palm Springs Stadium. New pitcher into the ball game now for the Haymakers. Spencer Weston takes over on the mound out of Western Oregon. The right-handed Pitcher will be just the second righty onto the hill here today since the starter Mason Marquez went an inning. Final line for Chase Rossman, the man he's replacing an inning with an earned run, no hits, a walk, and 2 strikeouts for him in his solo frame of reference. It'll be 10, 1, and 2 due up here in the inning. Jacob Sprague takes over in left, by the way. There's a grounder to short. Scooped up. Throw to first is in time. Nice job by Jacob Dressler for the first out. So back to the top of the order again. Jacob Sprague takes over in left for Weston, who was playing there before.
Seeing a lot of infielders. The defensive miscues have mostly come in the PSCL on the hard hit ground balls deep in the hole. But the ones where they're having to charge and make the quick throw, quick transfer over to first, those are usually ending up in outs.
Yep. Philip Guerrero 1 for 2 today with a single and a strikeout. His last trip up was the punch out. 7-1 Haymakers. We're in the bottom of the 6th of what could possibly be the final inning here today. Pitch is outside for 1-0. Again, another game coming up right after this. A's and Coyotes at 11:30. So got to get the field prepped, drag it, water it, and get going. 2-0. Goal, obviously, is to get these games in the lowest possible temperatures without having to play at 1 a.m. By the way, got in at 1:30 a.m. last night. 90 degrees. Fouled off. 2-1. Hot.
Yeah, quite. 1:30, I was still on the couch watching TikToks.
Zoomers.
Big Zoomer energy here.
That's for sure. Glad I'm not a part of it. 2-1 back up the middle. And Philip Guerrero has a 2-hit day. I have yet to jump on the TikTok train. I spent too much time on Vine. I spend too much time on Twitter and Instagram. I don't need another time suck. Sorry, TikTok.
Did you create TikToks? Not TikToks, but Vines? Did you ever have a moment where you're like, I could do this?
I made a couple. I made like 2 or 3 while it was when I was in college.
I'll dig them up. You can still find them. They're archived.
I don't even know what my username is, honestly.
At Stevie G.
I remember I made some sort of SpongeBob reference. Something. In for a strike here on Avery Pascucci. 0 for 2 with a strikeout and a pop out today. 7-1 Haymakers as the Colonials bat for, again, potentially the final time today. 1 out, 1 on. The 0-1. Oh, nasty breaking ball in for a strike. 0-2.
See, that's the thing about being at my age. 98 to 2000 is the range that I'm aiming for here. A 99 baby myself. Where you're too young. We were too young to make vines and be able to get big. Because we
Not true. Not true.
Well,
what about the look at all those chickens,
to be
girl?
like I'm talking about like the big stars, the big creators that were pumping out content.
Sure.
But we're too old now.
Hi,
to
my
be
name is
that
Trey.
big
I
on-
got a basketball game.
Yeah, that's actually
I got a shoe game.
Yeah, I went to my high school.
Uh-huh.
All Zoomers are.
All went to the same school.
Yeah.
TikTok high.
Yeah.
All went to spending too much time on your phone high school. Runner takes off, looper to left, down for a base hit. They're going to try and rush it first to third. The throw coming in from Sprague, not in time. Philip Guerrero got the early jump and takes third base to boot. Avery Pascucci has his first hit, and the Colonials in business with 1 out and runners in the corners.
If there was a TikTok high school, what would be the mascot?
Oh, jeez. I don't know. BTS?
I've already made this reference, but maybe the Renegades.
I don't know what that is.
That's that dance that.
Oh. Renegades to me is Steve Bartman.
Oh.
That was the name of the team he coached.
Really?
Yeah, that's what he's wearing on his shirt. The black sweater he's wearing.
Okay.
at Wrigley Field that night. It was the Black Spiders had Renegades. He had the Cubs hat,
Wow.
the glasses, and the Walkman on, or the radio, I should say. Swing and a miss here by Austin Alvarez. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and runners on the corners here. 7-1 Haymakers. Colonials batting. Yeah, that's when you say Renegades. That's the first thing I think of. I don't know. Drake, is Drake still hot?
On TikTok?
Or Olivia Rodrigo? Maybe that's your little Zoomer high school. Here's a flip out to center field, down for an RBI knock. Coming in to score on the play is Guerrero. That's 3 straight singles here for the Colonials. They get that run back. It's 7-2. Old man yells at clouds. That's what I feel like right now. First hit for Austin Alvarez today. Draws Matt Anderson to the plate 0 for 1 with a walk. I don't know. I'm sure you guys make fun of millennials too. I mean, who doesn't make fun of millennials? I feel attacked. I truly feel attacked.
Millennials as a whole are definitely the butt of the joke.
For no reason. We're fine. I'm right here. We're doing all right. Outside with that one. 1 ball, no strikes. 92, baby. Sam, you said you're 99. What was the #1 song when you were born? Do you know?
I've looked this up, and I want to say it was maybe something by Britney Spears. Maybe Hit
Probably.
Me, Baby.
Yeah, that probably sounds right. Aim for a swinging strike, and it's 1-1. I told you mine. Do you remember what I was? I told you a couple of days ago on the air. #1 song when I was born in November of 92.
Smells Like Teen Spirit?
No.
That's around the same area. Grunge popping off.
Oh, huge jump. Get the third. Nice and easy that time for Pascucci. 1 ball, 2 strikes. No, not even close. End of the Road by Boys to Men. 1992. Great song.
Man, I walked in the locker room earlier. Smelled like Teen Spirit.
Runner takes off for second. Throw down there. Skips into center field. That'll bring home Pascucci. Stolen base for Alvarez, and E2 to bring home the second run of the frame, and it's 7-3. I choose to ignore what you just said. Zoomers. What's the butt end of the joke for millennials?
Housing market, job market.
Okay, that's not fun.
Whole
because
Foods
those are
market.
very real.
3 markets, yeah.
I don't go to Whole Foods.
Wow.
Who do you think I am? How much money do you think I have?
I think you're a guy with a +2 autograph differential.
Yeah, I sell them for 50 grand each, so I go to Whole Foods. Down and away, 1 ball. Here on Matt Anderson. Was it 2-2? 3-2?
I think it's full.
4-2? 4-3?
No, it's 7-4.
Good. It's not. It's 7-3. Downstairs and away with that one. We are working without a scoreboard here, so pardon us, please. It's 2-0? No way. Where have I been? So the umpire just showed. Runner takes off outside, and that's another stolen bag for Austin Alvarez. And apparently it's 3 balls and no strikes. Man, I completely lost track of that one. That's the first time I've gotten that bad. No, I don't. No whole. I'm a Ralph's guy. I'm going to Ralph's. I'm going to. Almost said pick and save. That was a 90s spot. That's ball 4. So Matt Anderson has his second walk of the day, and this inning continues here for the Colonials with 1 gone. They'll have a mound visit. Runners on the corners at 7-3. Stater Brothers. You probably don't have that out.
No.
No, you don't have that.
We don't have Ralph's, but obviously by its other name, Kroger.
Yeah, Kroger's.
When you say Ralph's, it makes it sound a lot worse than it is. But it's
like
literally just
throwing up, like Ralphing?
Yeah, just the name Ralph for a grocery store doesn't make me think
Ralphie?
Like we have...
I can't get up, Ralphie.
By the way, just to finish that thought from earlier, it was not Hit Me Baby One More Time.
Okay.
It is TikTok relevant.
Hold on, let me think. 99? What month?
July.
July of 99. Good Vibrations?
Nope. Not quite. It is featuring a mainstay in pop culture of today in her earliest stage.
So it's Britney.
No.
No?
No.
Aguilera?
No Aguilera. Lale, lale.
Oh, Shakira.
No.
No? That's not
Oh,
Shakira?
I guess that was
sounded very Shakira.
I thought that was my impression of Aguilera, but I guess that's Shakira, isn't it? They have similar voices. No, it's Bills, Bills, Bills. Bills Cubed by Destiny's Child.
Oh, Destiny. Was that your Beyonce?
Yeah.
Oh, that was a terrible Beyonce.
Oh, wait, what? Which one?
What you just did. You were
Oh, no, that was my impression. I thought of Aguilera.
Oh. Okay.
That missed the mark.
Pitch is outside. Runners on the corners here. 2 balls and no strikes.
No, Queen Bee.
Yeah.
I could do an impression of her if I tried.
Ooh, please don't. Runner takes off for second. Pitch down and in. Throw down on its way. Going to be late. Here comes the runner to the plate. So Alvarez scores. Ball game starting to get a little interesting now. It's 7-4. Colonials trail. Austin Alvarez gets a stolen base there, by the way.
You want to hear my impression of Beyonce?
No, I really don't. I really don't.
Hey, Jay.
Let me see your halo.
It's been the comedy hour.
Pitch is up and away. I got a question for you, Sam.
Oh, boy. I think I have an answer.
The Colonials batting out of order here? This is 28. This is supposed to be Jonas Dias, but I believe this is Brett Pitzer. I think they skipped a batter. We'll take a walk. Right? We're too busy talking about Smells Like Teen Spirit or something. They skipped Jonas Dias, no? Right? Do you have nothing for Dias, right?
I was marking for Dias, but I guess I don't have anything for him.
Yeah, because now here comes Alex Nguyen.
Well,
okay. They batted out of order. Unless they switched jerseys and gave everybody in front of the line their jersey off your back like a Congo line. Okay. First pitch, a called strike on Alex Nguyen. I thought so. I thought I wasn't crazy there. That was the third walk, by the way. Second of the inning. Pardon me, second walk. In for a strike, it's 0-2. Still just 1 out. First and second, they stand with 3 plated in the frame. 7-4. Nguyen 1 for 1 with a walk and a single and a run scored. There goes a runner again. There's a bouncy ball. Weekly going to roll and roll and roll and roll and stay fair. Infield single for Alex Nguyen to load the bases, and the tying run is at first.
rolling, rolling, rolling. Oh, we're on YouTube. I forgot I can't do that.
Copyright. Burke Steifman with the opportunity right here to do some damage if he gets a hold of one. With the time right now, call it a walk-off. First pitch is downstairs. If the Haymakers want to play coy with it, they could roll over the inning right here. No, it would be tied. Just kidding. 7-4 right now. So they're not going to roll it. They'd like to roll a double play, however. Foul ball. Burke Steifman 0 for 2 today with a strikeout and a ground out. 1 ball and 1 strike on the shortstop today. Runners everywhere. Anderson at third, Pitzer at second, Nguyen at first. Kick deal, here it comes, the 1-1. Looper into left down for a base hit. Here comes a run to the plate. They'll wave another. Throw coming in from Sprague is well off the mark. A 2-run single. And a throwing error will take him to second. And it's a 7-6 ball game. This is the situation we were talking about, Sam, a couple of days ago with this interesting style of the league that we have running this year. Can we have a rollover inning walk-off win? They're going to take the baseball away from Spencer Weston and go to the bullpen here, so they won't roll over the inning, because if they do, they lose the ball game. So they'll go to the pen. We'll tell you about the new arm when we come back. It'll be the 10th batter of the inning. 7-6 contest with 5 plated here in the frame. We're still on the bottom of the 6th.
Seven, 6.
An opportunity to try and walk this off right here. Runners on second and third with only 1 out in the frame. Sam Halling to the plate to face off with Nico Manini. It's a 5-run 6th. Here's the first pitch. It'll be fouled back. It must be running out of Tiger Stick. That's the 3rd bat that has flown away, and right as I say that, Sam Halling is calling for some Tiger Stick.
That's the 2nd time that Sam Halling has lost the bat. Earlier he did it on a swing and a miss, that time on a foul ball.
Yeah, he just asked for a new bat altogether. Sam Halling 0 for 2 with a pair of punch-outs today. The winning run at second base here. Again, we will not be able to play a 7th inning. We're supposed to start the second game in 10 minutes. That's very clearly not going to happen. The 0-1. Swing and a miss, and it's 0-2. Still only 1 out in the inning. Nguyen at third, Steifman at second. 0-2, the pitch from Manini. Fouled off to stay alive.
This is the liveliest we've seen the Colonials bench in
Well, they have had nothing to
ever.
talk about.
Ever.
Yeah, I guess for us especially. They were trailing 7-1 entering the frame and played 5 runs on 5 hits. Try another 0-2. Got him swinging. Went with a changeup upstairs. I guess we did miss Jonas Dias' at-bat. So that will be the final out of the inning. We must have completely missed an at-bat. So apologize for that one. That'll wrap up the inning. So Dias must have made an out there while we were talking about grocery stores. How about that?
Thanks, Ralph.
Thanks, Ralph. Okay, that's going to do it for this one here as the Haymakers hold on to win this ball game. And when I say hold on, boy, do I mean hold on. 7-6, the final here in this one. We are anticipating another game to start here shortly, but again, it likely will not start at 11:30. That ball game coming up is A's and Coyotes. So stick it right here on the Power YouTube channel. One last time, Haymakers over the Colonials. 7-6, the final after a furious comeback in the 6th. Ends this one. For Sam Walters, I'm Steve Granado. We'll talk to you shortly here from the desert.